Hey everyone, and welcome to 80s Toy Boy. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about illustration in the world of Strawberry Shortcake. Now, of course, this was a key component. Strawberry Shortcake was a very vibrant, very visual concept. And when we think about this, two particular artists come to mind for collectors. Of course, the main one is Frances Karyotakis, who was the lead artist on Strawberry Shortcake, and her work appeared on everything from greeting cards to gift wrap to even things like sugar bowls and bud vases and that kind of thing. Chances are, if there was a product with Strawberry Shortcake in the 80s, Fran's work had something to do with it. Later on in the Strawberry Shortcake run, about 1984, another artist popped up named Bill Davidson, and he had a very distinct style that is very loved by collectors as well, and we will talk about that in a future episode. But today I want to talk about a third artist whose work is loved by collectors, and her name was Mercedes Llimona. Now, I did a little bit of research into her, and it turns out that she was from the Catalan region of Spain, and the Llimona family was well known as a family of artists. In fact, other members of her family were extremely well known in that region of the world as very prolific and very talented artists. But Mercedes kind of went off in the direction of book illustration, particularly for children, and during the 1980s, she did some work for Random House publishers. 4 of those books were Strawberry Shortcake books. So the first one is The Adventures of Strawberry Shortcake and Her Friends. I've got the regular copy, and I've also got a copy in French. Now, as you can see, these are recognizably Strawberry Shortcake and Her Friends, but the style is very different. They almost have something in common with the work of Holly Hobbie, who was another popular character at the time. Very folksy, very down-home, very country. There were several of these books, like I said. This is a little board book for children about the seasons, and as you can see, Strawberry and her friends are celebrating summer and they're getting ready for winter by doing fall harvest and all sorts of fun things. Very beautiful illustrations. The third book in this series, Strawberry Shortcake in the Winter That Would Not End, is very interesting because if you look at this character, owl character on the cover here, this character is named Elderberry. And he was actually later reimagined as the pet of one of Strawberry Shortcake's other friends. So that's kind of cool. This was his first appearance way back before he appeared in the toy line. Finally, we come to my favorite book in this series, Strawberry Shortcake's favorite Mother Goose rhymes. And what I love about this one is the first 3 books only featured the characters that were introduced at the very beginning of the Strawberry brand. But this one features characters right through the first few years. You can see Orange Blossom, you can see Apple Dumpling there. But as you go through the book, you can see Lime Chiffon, and the Purple Pie Man appears in this book. Altogether, there's about 13 different characters that appear in here, alongside Mother Goose rhymes that range from the really well-known to the really obscure. Now, one more little tidbit about Mercedes Llimona in the world of Strawberry Shortcake is that if you are like me and dig around on the internet in all sorts of weird and wonderful places, if you go to bibliography websites and search for her, you can actually find the title of a 5th book, Strawberry Shortcake's Book of Manners. I have never seen a copy of this book. Obviously, it got fairly far along in the process because there is an ISBN for it, but no collector I know owns a copy, and no collector I know has ever even seen a copy of it. So it's not likely, but if somebody out there happens to know about Strawberry Shortcake's Book of Manners, I would love for you to get in touch with me. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the work of a wonderful artist, Mercedes Llimona.